If you have had a miscarriage, there is a 35 to 40% chance that it has to do with the men's sperm, not you. And this is so frustrating because you can significantly decrease the likelihood of that happening if you get the right data and you know how to implement the changes based on that. Here's what many doctors are missing and how you can be proactive instead of reactive. Many people are under the misconception that as soon as you get pregnant, that it's no longer a problem of the sperm, but of the female. And that's just not true. A man's sperm controls more than just fertilizing an embryo. And if there's damage to that sperm, you can miscarry in the first trimester, in the second trimester, and you wouldn't even know it was the sperm's fault unless you test for this. And the number one test that's predictive here is a DNA fragmentation test. This looks at the oxidative damage to the DNA in the sperm. This is not done on a standard semen analysis, though that should also be done. This is something that we do on top of that. But studies have found that it's highly correlative with miscarriages. And your doctors may say, oh, well, there's not much we can do about it if it is high. And that's just not true either. There is plenty that you can do. Because DNA damage comes from oxidative damage, you need to understand what is your oxidative status and then what does your antioxidant status look like. And we can test for these things. We can test for your detoxification capacity. We can test for antioxidant status looking at your glutathione, one of the main antioxidants in the body, and even CoQ10. We can test for oxidative damage markers, ones that are going to damage the DNA in sperm. We can look for factors that are anti-inflammatory, like omega-3s, for instance. There are other antioxidants as well, things like selenium, and looking at your mineral status. The fact of the matter is you should be proactive, not reactive. You should be testing at the outset for these things to make sure they're not a problem, that you are in the optimal ranges of all these different markers. And if you're not, then you need to start making those changes to make sure you are in optimal ranges. This often goes way beyond just blind supplementation. The take home here is women, it's not all on you. Men are a significant factor in the fertility equation, and this is the case even if you've had a miscarriage.